welcome everyone to TJ and the Grumpy Old Man. I'm your host, TJ, and with me here, as always, is the Grumpy Old Man. They say there's no shame in his game because he's always the same.
That's me.
And with us here, as always, I'd say trusty companion, co-host of the show, the king of comments, the magnificent Son X.
Next time, baby, let's get it.
It's X time. Let's get it. Oh man.
I have something to add. X, why are you smiling so much right now?
I'm not smiling.
It looks like you're smiling. Looks like you can't wipe a smile off your face. It's halftime of the Super Bowl, by the way.
I haven't watched a bit of the game. Not any of it.
I have.
Haven't watched any. And I won't be watching any.
Okay. Well,
Goodell can shove it where the sun don't shine, baby.
Has he lost you? He's lost your loyalty as an
Lord
NFL
Swift,
fan?
yes, yeah. He's lost me as a viewer.
Now, X was new on the scene as an NFL fan. How long do you think you've been an NFL fan there, X?
I've been watching the NFL for a while.
Not that long.
I've been watching for a while. Okay, I wouldn't watch every single game, but I was watching.
I think it was safe to say you were just a casual observer.
I was a casual fan. I would say I was a casual fan.
And you've become a full-time fan since your favorite team, the Chiefs, started getting good. Is that correct?
You've been hate watching, huh?
Nope.
He's been hate watching.
Anyway, for those of you who are new to the channel, they're new to the videos, new to the podcast. There's a few things that we encourage that you do if you like the content. Right, the best way to show your support is by subscribing on YouTube, so you don't miss out on any time we go live in the future, and by liking the video. If you like the video, it lets myself, Son X and the Grumpy Old Man know that you like the content that we're producing, and also if when you subscribe, it does the same thing too. You get the updates, but when you like the video, helps us know you like the content, and then it helps tickle the algorithm. It gets this podcast out to the masses. So, talking sports there and shooting the shit and taking some crazy hot takes gets out to the masses, ladies and gents. Today, obviously, we're going to be talking Super Bowl. It's halftime of the Super Bowl, as Grumpy had already mentioned. We're going to talk about that, what we saw in the first half. We're going to talk a little bit about what we could see in the second half. Could we see the largest or the second largest comeback in Super Bowl history? I don't know. We'll talk about it.
That's my prediction.
Okay, that's what I want to hear. X, what is your prediction here for the second half?
Oh, Mighty Mahomo comes back from down 24.
Watch your language. That's not appropriate language.
Well, that's what they call him.
Watch the profanity.
But Mighty Mahomes comes back down 24 points. Look at that. He cements himself right up there with Brady. And for the three-peat. Whoa, incredible. Whoa.
No. So you're doubling down. You think this is the most likely scenario is Mahomes storms all the way back down 24 points.
Goodell is taking the pen and tipping it off of his tongue and writing the script as we freaking speak, baby.
Will he have enough time to get that, though, to the officials? That's the real question.
Buddy, what do you think the earpieces are for? Goodell. Oh, yep. We need this to happen. Thank you.
The Chiefs only had 23 yards of offense in the first half.
It doesn't matter.
Wow.
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
They got the best thing that money can buy, buddy.
What's
yellow flags, yellow hankies, just littering the field to get him down there. I mean, it's pretty easy to knock it in on the inch-yard line.
I will say the Chiefs feel that just to start the second half, they're in no huddle.
Well, I mean, they kind of have to be, right?
I'm not watching the game, so I have no idea.
I mean, the Chiefs they're down 24 points. You pretty much have to be in no huddle. You got to score on the first drive too, right?
I agree.
It's let me put it
sacked. Another sack against Mahomes.
Grumpy. Now, let me ask you this. It sounds like just based off of your reaction, you are not pulling for Patrick Mahomes in the Kansas City.
I honestly don't care who wins. What did I say? Remember when we made the predictions? I'm like, I just think that the Eagles line play is just the best in the league. The Kansas City has a huge advantage at quarterback. Huge.
Sure.
Everywhere else, maybe you'll take Kelsey over there. But other than that, the Eagles just a better team. Does the coach screw it up for them? That's what it comes down to.
Can you please read this
back again? Like I said, they just can't. It's too difficult. And here's the thing: he's not like the people's champion. That's all I gotta say.
Okay, here you go.
Girl, read this comment.
Freedom from the Bench says, TJ, the league Super Bowl script I said I sent to you said it was the historic Chiefs comeback, and then Kelsey would propose to ugly ass run through Taylor Swift.
Okay. Well, I mean, right now, I guess, right? If they do make the comeback, I mean, that is definitely aligning with what needs to happen. They're already showing Taylor Swift up on the Jumbotron. And as we have video,
Is she getting run through?
The fans were booing her mercilessly. You know, she's the people. Again, like, this is what happens. And I kind of feel a little bad for her simply because I don't know. She's not asking to be thrust up there on the Jumbotron all the time.
He's running around. They should truck him. Man, he wants a dip to doodle around that sideline. Got to light him up a little.
I'm guessing he picked up the first down?
No. But they're going for it on fourth down.
Here's my thing.
They're punting.
Here's my thing.
Go ahead, X. Tell me your thing.
If it was really an issue for Taylor Swift, she would have wrote a letter or wrote something or told Roger Goodell something. Hey, quit putting my ass up on the Jumbotron all the time. I'm sick and tired of people booing me.
Because that really works well when, you know, the paparazzi and people like that film her all the time. I'm like,
okay, it's different than being put up on. If she said, I don't want to be put up on the Jumbotron anymore, they wouldn't put her up on the Jumbotron.
You don't have the right to say, okay, gotcha.
You absolutely do.
Not. They can put anybody on the Jumbotron. That's the thing about it. It doesn't matter what.
I do not want to be put on the Jumbotron.
Yeah. Well,
she's bringing in $355 million for the NFL.
Okay.
She can go ahead and say, I don't want to be put up on the
Let's
Jumbotron.
be fair. Taylor Swift is not as popular this year as she was last year.
Oh my God. Are we back on this shit again?
Yeah, absolutely.
Are we back on this again?
That's right. They rode that last year, but guess what? Like I said, in any sequel, it's never as good as the original, unless it's The Godfather, where it's just as good, but never better. Never better.
Okay, Grump. Quick question for you.
This is like Jaws 3, The Revenge. That's what the Chiefs look like tonight.
They look bad. I mean, okay, they haven't been a good team at all this year.
All year. That's right, all year.
Joking aside, we've talked about before, like the worst 17-1 team in the history of the NFL. It's pretty obvious. They've been absolutely flawed. How many games and calls had to go their way in order to win these close scenarios? I'm like,
I just want to say, for me, the NFL has a problem. The problem is all anyone's been talking about in the lead up to the Super Bowl is the officiating. And the Chiefs getting the benefits of the call. That is not good. You know, it's one thing for us guys who watch all the games to say that, but when normies are saying it, and you're getting on the first drive of the game, there's some kind of ticky-tack penalty call to offset a fourth down conversion for the Eagles. It's a bad narrative, and it's hard to get that out of the people. You're seeing Super Bowl tickets were 50%. Selling for less than 50% what they were in previous years. That's a problem for the league.
Well,
and you saw them all week. They were coming out trying to combat the refereeing thing. The NFL is like a big, tall tree in the wind. Whatever way that the public sentiment blows, that's how they react.
It's an entertainment company.
Right, but they're always reactionary.
They can't be sued.
They're always reactionary and not proactive, always.
Go ahead, Derek. Did you want to add anything?
It's an entertainment company, and the reason it's an entertainment company is so they can't be sued. That's the reason why.
Okay, getting past that, I think what does maybe help a little bit restore some of the confidence and good faith of the fans is if the Chiefs get mollywopped tonight and they lose. That also could be a way that that they're eyeing this, because this is the end. Travis Kelce is looking to retire at the end of this game.
I hope he gets hurt.
Maybe, Grump. Maybe they're not going to put their finger on the scale. Maybe the Eagles close out today's game.
Okay, so how does the NFL combat that? How does the NFL combat that narrative? Okay, anytime there's a close call, it's going against the Chiefs, particularly in a blowout.
Yes.
It's really easy just to boop, 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 hit them with, well, look at that. Look at all these flags called. Yeah, well, it's easy to throw those flags when you're down.
The outcome's already determined. The outcome's already determined is exactly right.
Yeah,
I wouldn't put it past them. Honestly, I wouldn't put really anything past them because the Swift mania is towards the tail end once Kelce retires, which he'll retire. I mean, he's 35, 36 years old. I cannot imagine him coming back for another season.
Let's be honest. He's nowhere near the player he was a couple of years ago.
No.
He's slow out there.
And again, he had a good second half of the year, but in the first half, he was just completely nondescript for what he's done in the past. He's a pass-catching, receiving tight end, and he just has been nondescript this season. And
I'll be honest with you, the Chiefs' defense has played pretty well tonight, honestly.
I don't doubt it.
Particularly stopping the run. They've been really good stopping the run.
Yeah.
But their offense has been not good. Mahomes has been terrible.
Well, that's the big thing. Like Mahomes has been bad. I mean, he's okay. He's never been big. He's never been good in the big games.
No.
That's where it's like when he won those games, it's just like, okay. Like
Jimmy Garoppolo, Brock Purdy, and Jalen Hurts, who fumbled away the first time they played by turning that ball over and turning another 7 for the Eagles into 7 for the Chiefs.
The Chiefs only have what, 2 Super Bowl wins or 3? How many wins does Mahomes have? 3?
3 Super Bowls.
3.
Okay, gotcha. Shows you how much I'm paying attention. But Garoppolo, yes, they blew that game. Shouldn't have, with the way things were lying. And Jalen Hurts, I mean, they had all the momentum going in, and then he fumbled the ball at halftime and let him get a fumble recovery for 6, and that was pretty much all she wrote. So as long as you just don't do anything really dumb or
and then we had the hold bowl against the 49ers the second time, where Bosa was coming off the edge every play and getting tackled, and they didn't call anything.
Yeah. So I mean, like on that side, right? Like I'd say,
look at this. This is the first time they're actually calling penalties against the Chiefs in a postseason game, and they're getting blown out by this much. Think about that. This is how every game would happen if they called them fair.
Well, that's funny because this game is almost like a Eagles home game.
Just with the fan base.
Majority of the fans.
Also, Mahomes has to play on the road for once. Dang.
Well, it's funny. Out of this whole run for Mahomes, he's only played 2 road games. And those were last year. And like I said, I thought last year was by far his best performance in the playoffs.
Okay, in the playoffs, just to clarify, he's only played 2 playoff road games. Gotcha.
Right. And those were last year. Other than that, every game, and I'm not, Super Bowl's neutral site, right? Yeah. So it is what it is. But during the playoffs, you're only playing 2 road games, and I thought he was really good last year. I thought that was his best playoff performance, to be honest with you. So I had nothing bad to say about him. But when you're playing at home all the time, it increases your chances of winning, particularly when there's only one team that gets a bye.
Home field advantage absolutely is the real thing.
You take care of business in the regular season, you earn that bye.
I'll say this though, at least from what we've seen in years, I don't know what the Chiefs, right? Because like if you're a Chiefs fan, today is like it's the end. It's the end. Here's what I mean by it's the end.
Saquon.
It's the end of
touchdown.
We're Super Bowl favorites every year. That's it. It's done. It's the end. It's the end. That's over. They're not.
All right, Chris Jones, he's how old, right?
He's up there in age.
The Chiefs have really never been hit with injuries during this whole run.
When Andy Reid is gone on that team, that's going to be a monstrumental loss for Patrick Mahomes.
Monstrumental.
You mean monstrous or monumental? He did monstrumental.
Both of them, baby. Both combined. That's how big this shiz is going to be.
Monstrumental sounds like a word you'd use like in Halloween.
Monstrumental loss.
A monstrumental zombie.
It's going to be freaking huge.
One thing that's problematic for Kansas City in the second half, the Eagles get stronger, particularly on offense as the game wears on. Their offensive line is so good, and their defensive line, they're kudos to Howie Roseman, the GM for the Eagles. He's turned that team over from the team that beat the Patriots, whatever it was, how many years ago. Totally turned it over.
Well, I'll say this here. I mean, it's they've done a good job, and I'd say a great job of drafting. It's just like guys fall to them when they consistently pick up the best player available, and that works out. I mean, like as long as you have a quarterback who's halfway competent and you pick up the best player available, it works.
Boom! Holy crap!
The Saquon acquisition was the big step for them this year, though.
Yep.
Huge.
I mean, Miles Sanders, the last time they played, he ain't no Saquon Barkley. Sorry. He's not.
I 100% agree. And I was a guy who absolutely, I wouldn't say I was on, and again, for a long time, I'm like, I'm not a big Saquon guy. He's like a better Reggie Bush. I mean, he's been spectacular this year.
He's better than Reggie Bush.
I know. Absolutely he is. And much better than that this year. No problem at all with it. But when you look at it, it's just like, I think, again, like getting back to the Chiefs, I think this is the end of that run. It is.
Well, it's getting ready to be 31-0 here. They can't stop them now.
That's when the league will take it. Will be like
now it's enough. Now it's enough to go for the largest
penalty flag engaged.
Honestly, that should have been Saquon bobbles the ball right in his hands, which stops him. He's down at the 5.
They're
The
gonna
Eagles
have
are good. And you know what? Here's the thing. What were they talking about all week? Did anyone talk about the Eagles at all?
No,
No,
it was all
they're
the
just
Chiefs and the
It's
officiating.
all
what
it
I
was
did think. Okay.
referee gate, or Chiefs historic three-peat. What does that do for the Eagles sideline? What do they think?
Well, it
With
allows them to stay out of the limelight where they don't have to worry about they call that just in general. So like I think from that standpoint, yeah, helps them. But like I did think it was odd that, and I thought this may have played
Kansas
a little
City's
bit.
done. I'm looking at their sideline. They're finished. They're finished.
Okay.
They're all just sitting on the bench, just defeated. They've given up. They've quit. This reminds me of the Brady Super Bowl where they got their asses kicked off the planet as well. Same thing. They're good front runners, but I tell you what, it was a little bit tough. We kind of fold up the tents.
Okay. So getting back to what I was saying before I was interrupted. Cannot control himself when he's watching TV. This is just like yes, with him on Saturdays when he's watching TV and I'm trying to have a conversation, and his brain just
Let's go. Come on, get to your point, boy.
Anything else? I'll say from the Chiefs' standpoint, this again, it's the end. It's the end. I don't know how they'll be able to recover or to make themselves a real competitor, and it's because like again, as much as Travis Kelce was towards the tail end, he's a first ballot Hall of Famer for a reason. Simple. You get that rep because you're great. And like he's a great tight end. Even at his age, still a great tight end. And I'd say
he's no tight end. Got to be able to block to be a tight end. Sorry.
Yep.
Agreed. He's the position of tight end. Simple as that.
Big wide receiver.
Yeah. I could play the position of running back like Christian McCaffrey, and I could never even run the ball, and all I do is run out there and catch passes. Does that mean I'm the best running back of all time? No.
I'd say
Sorry.
they've missed on a few draft picks in a row. And I think that's what hurts the Chiefs. I mean, like Mahomes struggled all year this year offensively. Was that a him problem, or is that he's always been supported by a great cast and crew? He's always had Tyreek Hill or a very great Travis Kelce. And this year, right, they lose Rashid Rice to have a little bit of injury trouble. And then, hold on, Grump. And now, right, like Kelce's towards the tail end. How does that look next year without Hill when he was in his prime, without Travis Kelce, and now you're just like Rashid Rice and whoever else?
Oh, exactly. And that's
it doesn't matter. If they keep getting the calls, they'll keep getting pushed through.
okay. But you're not, you realize that's not going to happen going forward.
How do you know?
Because they don't have the storyline anymore.
Oh, please.
Okay. Defensively, I think they were good. I thought they were really good this year. That's why they won a lot of games. They were really good defensively this year. You cannot deny it, how good they were defensively. Okay. Offensively, they were not great. He was not good this year. And I'm not trying to put Pat Mahomes down. I'm just doing the Brady comparison. When Brady had no weapons, which was most of his career, he was still able to put up huge numbers. When he doesn't have those guys in that offense that they run, which is so quarterback friendly, he's just not been great. And I'm not putting him down. He's top 5 quarterback all time. He absolutely is.
When did Tyreek Hill leave the Chiefs?
I don't remember. He played on 2020 team. I know that.
Okay, well, I knew that too.
I think he left in 2021, I think is when he left. He was either 2021 or 2022. I want to say it was 2021 was when he was with the Dolphins. I want to say he's been there for a few years.
He left. He's been gone for 3 years. So,
okay.
Again, like you look at the peak, right? Like that 2022 year was the peak of Mahomes performance-wise. And again, Kelce still great that year. I'm interested to see what the supporting cast. Jeez, X. But I will say this. His numbers just have been it's just depreciating year after year after year, less passing yards. This is the first time I think in his career that he's been a starter. He threw for less than 4,000 passing yards.
And it's all about passing in the NFL now.
26 touchdowns. This is the least amount of touchdowns he's thrown since the second year in the season, or second year in the league, in 11 picks. I mean, like, this has been career-wise, and I know his quarterback rating, whatever. This is probably the worst performance I think he's ever had as a quarterback, probably, at least statistically, in his career.
The key to stopping Patrick Mahomes is keep him in the pocket. That's the key. Keep him in the pocket. You can pressure him and keep him in the pocket. You have a good chance of beating him. It's just amazing. I'm not putting Patrick Mahomes down. He's been great. All right? He absolutely has. But you kind of see some chinks in the armor. When you can keep him in the pocket and pressure him, he's just not that good. We're not as good.
That 2022 year, Juju Smith-Schuster had 933 receiving yards. Scantling Jr., Valdez Scantling had like almost 700 yards. Jarrett Kinnan, the cast and crew was pretty much Travis Kelce, 1,300 receiving yards. And, like, I think it's been noticeable. Okay, every single year kind of since then, Kelsey's been on the downside. And that's why the numbers just continue to drop and drop and drop. And you could cover some of that up when you had Tyreek Hill. Not so much anymore. So now you'll really get to see what Patrick Mahomes has when his supporting cast and crew is just different. Go ahead there. Let's read some comments.
Drew says, "Well, this stuff effing sucks."
Yeah, well, he's obviously pulling for the Eagles. Grumpy, next comment there. Game over, says Johnny Mac. There you go, Grumpy. Freedom Fund Adventure.
Grumpy, do you want to make the world a better place? Go full silverback gorilla on these two shit throwing monkeys. I am with X, not watching the Super Bowl.
Boycott the Bumble.
X said he would put the Super Bowl on. It was 3 minutes to go, and the Chiefs were down by 40 points.
Well, okay, so it was 1st and 5 at the 5. It was 1st and goal at the 5-yard line, and the Eagles didn't score a touchdown.
They got real conservative.
Why did they not just feed Barkley?
Now it's 27. Now it's 27 points. Oh, there's a flag. Dun, dun, dun. I wonder if they're going to start throwing punch on the
front. Here they come. All hail Lord Patrick Mahomes. 50-yard penalty and
full start.
Loss of 20 points.
How many false start? This is the second false start on a field goal attempt today. Probably so the Chiefs weren't getting close enough.
Oh, the
blocking the kick, so
they gave him a penalty to the long snapper there, double clutching the ball, I guess.
Just snap the ball, fellas.
Yes, I am wrong. If Jalen Hurts absolutely looks like it wins the Super Bowl, I am completely wrong. Now, albeit, what has Jalen Hurts done today?
100 touchdown pass,
119 passing yards, a touchdown, and a pick.
They're not getting close to him, though. Now what they're doing, what they did on this last drive, till they got down to the 5, they just forced all the rushers out wide, and he just ran right up the middle.
You're talking about Barkley, right?
No, I'm talking about Hurts.
Okay.
And they dropped him back. Johnny Mac says, not even the cheating NFL can fix this for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh.
Well, there's a will, there's a way. I promise you. It's still early.
James Farrell says, fly, Eagles, fly.
Okay.
Well, now, X, if they come back and win this game, absolutely, it's less time on the clock than the Patriots had, and they're down by more points.
Just Johnny wait, Goodell.
Johnny Mac says, good evening, boys. Good evening, Johnny Mac. Always a pleasure to talk to you. James Farrell says, did the Raiders make a trade for Brock Purdy? I don't believe so.
No.
The latest scuttlebutt for the Raiders is maybe going after Sam Darnold. That's a mistake. But they're not going to have a quarterback. I would, if it was me. I mean, X, what do you think about Jackson Dart as maybe a second-round pick?
I don't know. I mean, as a second-round pick, I'd be okay with that. I would not pick him up in the first round. No.
Here's the thing. The Raiders are where, the Raiders are where careers go to die. It's the same thing for the Browns for a quarterback.
New guy in charge with the Raiders, though. New guy in charge.
Here's my thing. Dart was given three opportunities to beat Florida, and he continued to crap down his leg 3 separate times in that game.
Okay.
No.
I'm just asking if you would spend a second-round draft pick on him as well.
I would maybe do a second-round pick. I would not spend a first-round pick on
Jackson. Yeah, they're picking number 6. There's no way they're picking Jackson Dart at number 6.
Honestly, I think the Cam Ward kid, as much as I think he's overrated because he plays for that useless Miami team and that useless ACC, I think he is the best quarterback in the draft.
He's supposed to go number 1 to Tennessee.
Yeah, which makes sense. And then also I heard the kid from Syracuse has looked really, really good in the Senior Shrine Bowl or whatever. He tested really well.
Well, Jackson Dart looked really good the Senior Bowl.
Yeah. And you want to know who looked like garbage?
Who?
Milroe. Looked horrid.
Well, come on, he's no quarterback.
Horrid.
He's no quarterback. He's no quarterback.
He looked terrible.
Sorry. Come on, X.
No, they did not. Okay, Johnny Mac says.
Johnny Mac says, you're going to get an Auburn National Basketball Championship T-shirt this year. Auburn, even after losing yesterday to Florida, they've only lost twice. They've lost to Florida and to Duke. They're still number 1 in the country. And
how are they over Alabama?
What?
How are they over Alabama? Alabama won.
Well, because maybe
they don't move any spots after losing by 10 or losing by 9 points at home.
Well, where did Duke wind up? Where's Duke?
I don't know. I haven't looked at the positions. I'm just astounded that they didn't drop 1 spot.
Well, but Duke was number 2 and they lost.
Okay, but Alabama was number 3 and they won.
Well, it doesn't matter how many losses. You got to look at. Why don't you look at before you start
Okay,
complaining?
well, I know Auburn has 2 losses on the year.
Okay, well, how many does Alabama have?
Oh my God!
See, why don't you have some information before you just spout reckless spouting?
I
James
thought it was. Hey, guess what? You lose, you drop. Sorry,
Well,
don't lose.
Not necessarily. Depends. James Farrell says, "Keep it going. Less shots of Swift."
They're 20-3, Alabama.
Okay, so they've. I mean, how many games? When was the last time they lost? It's all straight. Where is Duke? Where are they ranked? Did they
lost
drop?
to Ole Miss in January 14th.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what are the rankings right now? Do we have
Duke's
that?
still second as of
Duke's
right
still
now.
second. Okay, but let's be honest. Auburn and Duke are the 2 best teams in the country. Alabama's good.
Right now, yeah. But I'm just saying
Alabama's
Alabama didn't lose and they didn't move up at all.
The SEC has been the best.
It is.
Conference
It's the best
in
conference in basketball right now. It absolutely
That's
is.
the football and the best in basketball.
Yeah.
Drew L. Grady.
Well, this Super Bowl is what Mahomes gets for spearheading Rashid Rice, ACL in week 3. Absolutely. That was a big loss for them. And it was for me, too. Freedom Fund Vet says, I'm so angry at reports stupid Lou won't trade Nelson and is trying to sign him to a 3-year deal. Fire Lou. Pretty sure Swift is asking to be thrust through, TJ.
Wow.
These are some bold comments about poor little friend Taylor Swift.
I will say the Lou thing.
Lord Swifties.
I got some new nicknames, by the way. Got some new nicknames.
Go ahead, Grump.
Tony D'Angelo. He scored more games for the other team than he has for the Islanders since
more goals for the other team. You almost got it. At least you got the name right this time.
I know.
But yeah, if we add to the team, which is I think what we're gonna do, yikes.
Look at Mahomes just scrambling around. He gets the first down. He gets trucked, but there's a flag, and he dropped it. Pile on him.
It's gonna be roughing.
They're holding on the Chiefs. Here's the thing. Here is your answer and response to the Chiefs get all the calls because they already had the buy-in. They made it to the Super Bowl. All the Swifties are going to watch the game. And now it doesn't matter. Kelsey's retiring at the end of this one. So all the Swifties will go back to not watching football again.
And
so
now
they need to try to get more people back. I don't even have interest in this game, though. Don't care.
Like I said, Brandon Graham, and I mentioned to you, TJ, right? Him coming back. I said, that's a big addition by the Eagles. My gosh, he was face masking him too. They could have called anything on that play. But here's the thing. The fact that they're getting blown out, they can throw the flags without repercussion now. And then the narrative tomorrow is, well, Chiefs got beat like this, and look at how many penalties were called on them. They didn't give them all those penalty calls. That's what you're going to see.
Look, the league is impartial, right? This is just coincidental that it happened for like 17
Lord
games.
Swiftius. I hate him.
Nice comment there. Thomas
Antonetti says, this Super Bowl is a bust so far. No three-peat here. Very surprised by the play of the Chiefs. Not me.
They're not that good of a team.
They aren't that good. Buffalo should have beat them, but they had Sean McDermott on their sideline.
How many more years in a row are you going to say Buffalo finally is going to beat the Chiefs?
Probably every year until
Dude, he's wrong on every single take. Every single one. Oh, the Chiefs aren't winning. They're not winning this week. They're not winning. Every time you say they're not going to win, they end up winning.
Alrighty, next comment.
James Farrell says, another sack to Kermit Mahomes. They're going for it 4th down and 4 at their 46-yard line. Have to. Kelsey just made his first catch of the day. Gain of 8.
Oh, did they pan to Swift?
Now, here's Mahomes' numbers today. 8 for 16, 52 yards, 2 interceptions.
That's pretty good.
He about threw another pick 6.
This is game right here.
He just about threw another pick 6.
Was it just a regular?
You must be ahead of us.
Yeah.
I'm not watching. I'm not a sheep. I don't watch that. Nope.
I just put it on.
Game over. It's over.
Now, this is the big one, right? Like just like Mahomes just across the board's been hideous. It was 10-0. And just look at this. I mean, like this is just I don't know. This is about as bad as it gets from a veteran quarterback, just forcing shit.
A star, the face of the league, right?
So what do you mean? He's the greatest of all time. That's what everybody says.
Oh my gosh, that's terrible.
Look at the.
Where's he throwing the ball?
If it wasn't picked by one, it was going to be by Cooper DeJean. It was going to be picked by another, and it's short too. It was going to be bouncing well beforehand. It's like 3rd and 16. Like, oh, gotcha. And again, this is a pick 6 here, but it's just like, yeah, I'm like, yikes. So that put him up. I
would like to give a shout out to the Monroe boys. Where are they? Where are they today?
Oh, they're not going to be in here.
Alrighty. Let's continue with the comments. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm trying to go ahead and pull this up. Go ahead.
Please do. Freedom Fund Venture says, did Elon's Doge commercials air yet? Those I want to see. I have no idea if they have or not. Drew says, strap in, fellow Giants fan. This offseason is about to be the worst in our franchise history. There's no way that they can draft Shedeur Sanders. Do not do it.
That is. I don't have to worry about watching Giants.
They said, hey, if getting rid of Saquon Barkley for nothing wasn't enough, baby, we're going to go ahead and sign an absolute pile of shit at quarterback.
Well, if they draft Shedeur Sanders, I don't have to worry about watching the Giants for another 4 years.
You might want to run this at half speed, TJ, because we don't. Otherwise, it gets all jerky.
But yeah, I didn't even want up running it. I just showed like, hey, this was an interception. Now this is another one too, where it's just like, okay, now you're down by 17. It's just like 5 for 10, 24 yards. Look at this. Like, I'm sorry. That's about as bad. That is about as bad as it gets. These are the mistakes that you see like a bad rookie quarterback making. He has a pocket, by the way. He does. He throws it to a guy sitting in zone.
Well, he was bumped a little bit when he was throwing the ball. But here's the thing: when he's pressured, he just throws the ball up for grabs. That's what he does.
You've got to do much better than this. Much better than this. This is about happy feedback there. Look at you.
Now, here's the thing. I'm going to wait until the commercial comes back. Why are they always showing Mahomes' stats in the bottom left-hand corner? Are they that invested? I don't know. Maybe they're doing that for Hurts as well. I don't know. If they put Brady up there, if they had Brady up there, they would have run out of space with all the number of yards, touchdowns, completions, all that stuff.
Nice comment there, X.
James Farrell says, not a good showing on the Islanders last night. We're not talking Islanders today because I'm ready to unload on them next Saturday. Absolutely unload on them. The whole freaking team, the media cartel, everything. I'm going to unload on them.
Wow. Go ahead, Derek. What are the comments we have?
Drew says, this Super Bowl pretty much reminded me of when Mahomes faced Brady. Absolutely.
Blowout.
Goon says, boy, oh boy, did the Islanders suck. 100% agree. Does everyone on the planet, except for the old man, see that they need to trade some old farts? Did the Grinch have a black heart? He did not have a black heart. It was initially 3 sizes too small. Oh, no! It's 34-0, baby! Ho, ho, ho!
Who scored?
Devontae Smith.
Devontae Smith. He plays well in championship games. He does.
Well, he is in this one. Big, but that's it. This one's over.
My God.
This one's over.
Oh, my God.
James Farrell says, guys, thoughts on Super Bowl commercials? I've not watched any commercials. I haven't even really been watching the game.
I think Goodell goes down there and cancels the game.
No.
Yeah. Oh, hey, everybody turn the lights out.
He
So we
almost
got to start the game over.
He almost underthrew him, and he was wide open. He had about 3 steps on. He almost underthrew the wide out.
Yeah, he was so open. He had to slow up a little bit.
Yeah. Well.
Johnny Mac says the Islanders need to sell.
I 100% agree, but here's the problem: is it looks like based off of Pierre LeBrun, they're looking to buy.
He automatic firing, fire both ends. Gungu says Sunix. A while back, TJ and Grump said they were fans of Michael Vick. As a fellow dog owner, do you agree with me that this is a bad idea?
That he's a fart head.
So I'll say
that's
I
what
don't
he's calling
think it
us.
was right. I don't think it was right what Michael Vick did with the dogs. He absolutely did pay. He went to prison.
He really paid for that.
So, I mean, he did pay for it, and hopefully, he's come out as a better person and won't do that anymore. So,
I feel bad. Go ahead, TJ. Go ahead.
I mean, he paid not only with his time in the prime of his career, he also paid monetarily quite a bit too. I'm not saying what he did was right because it certainly wasn't, but I think, why does prison exist? Why does the punitive system exist? It's to rehabilitate people and to teach them for the wrongs that they've done when it's past social norms. And I think he did obviously, commit issues. That's why he went there. But I think you can be rehabilitated. And I think that hopefully he's a guy who is.
That's what I just said. I said, hopefully he's learned from his mistakes and he doesn't do it again.
I feel bad for him because they made an example out of him. And I don't believe that the penalty, the jail time that he got was excessive for that. It happened on his property. He was not involved. Okay, he was running with the wrong guys. Absolutely. He admits it. You know what? I'm glad he's been able to come back in some regards. I mean, it didn't happen for his NFL career. That pretty much ended his NFL
Virtually
career,
ended his NFL career.
right?
Did.
But I root for him and I hope him the best. I mean, he's been an advocate for not doing, for the Humane Society. Good for him.
Yep.
Good for him. I mean, sometimes good things can come out of bad things, and it absolutely did with him. I'm a big Michael Vick fan.
Yep.
And then another penalty on the Chiefs. Just interesting. Just saying.
Saying. It was a penalty too, but yes, I'm noticing there's a lot of calls against the Chiefs right now.
All of a sudden. Gungun said, like I said, that's the league is like it's like a tree.
It's an entertainment business.
Whatever the narrative is. Okay.
Wow. The Chiefs make a huge pass and a big catch. Maybe he'll come back from down 34.
You're way ahead of us. Gungun says, how great will it be if this is the first ever Super Bowl shutout? Does Phil's facts still pack a lot of clout?
No, he's got he likes Phil's facts. And the other thing is, I don't think it'll be a shutout.
No, I don't either.
Freedom Front Adventure.
Grumpy, did devoted son X bring the warden a box of Krispy Kreme to make up for eating his beloved mother's donuts when she was sick? No, he did not. Matter of fact, whenever he comes over the house, he's always wanting something.
Okay, never asked for anything.
Really? Did you come over the house today and ask for something?
I asked to borrow something.
Okay, well, there you go.
What did
Oh my God.
There you go.
He has to borrow X.
X had to borrow my BJ's card because
No, wrong. At least
Sam's
if you're
card.
if you're going to try and
Sam's
squash
card,
me
whatever.
down, get
What's
it
the
right.
difference? My Sam's card
Club.
because he lost his wallet and lost all of his cards.
You lost your wallet?
Okay, so coming from the guy who's lost 3 wallets, I don't want to hear anything, bud.
I cannot believe anyone. I can't believe anyone loses their wallet.
I haven't lost a wallet X in like 6-7 years.
Didn't you lose money that I gave you?
Would you like a
last time I
cookie?
came to visit?
Yeah, Grump gave me money to go to like
Even
the
worse.
McDonald's, and I was like, I'll just pay for it. I paid with my card, and I got out of the car, and I'm like, I just must have lost the money because I don't even remember where the money went.
And he tried to blame it on me for him.
It was probably tucked in one of your
Here's the
rolls.
thing: his legs were too fat to fit the pocket, or his shorts are too short, too small, so everything pops out of the pockets.
Stop.
But no, Freedom Fun Adventure. Son X did not, like he never replenishes anything when he comes over here, did not buy replacement donuts for the ward.
Don't worry, Grumpy said he's no longer going to go get his Aquafina water.
All Mahomes is doing
That's
that.
instant death for Grump then.
What'd you
watch
say?
this. Look at this fantastic flip from Patrick Mahomes to Travis Kelce, down 34-0.
Okay, never mind.
What were you saying next? I wanted to
No,
hear.
never mind. Next
He's
comment.
not getting his own Aquafina water? What do you mean?
He said he's not going to go buy Aquafina water anymore because he said he'll just never go back to Sam's Club. And Warden's
Not
like,
without my card.
Warden said, well, then I guess you'll never get any water then. And he said, I guess I won't. And I said, that's an instant death sentence for Grumpy. No more magical purple drink.
Here's what the warden said. The warden goes like this. Don't worry. Grumpy will go out and get a new Sam's card so you can have one. I said, I am not going in there and spending 1 extra second for this failure X for losing his wallet. That is not in my that's not in my purview.
Hold on. X does not have his own Sam's Club?
Nope. Are you kidding me? He's been mooching off of me forever.
Okay.
He's a freaking parasite. He's a parasite.
The Chiefs score. Lead now.
Hey, stop telling us before it happens. This must have been a big play.
27.
That's a hold. They got away with a hold.
I thought it was a blatant hold on number 9, but hey, I mean, it was. Oh, now they're going to review it. He definitely had a catch. Anyway, let's continue on with the rest of the comments there, Grump.
Aaron Rodgers is leaving the Jets, says James Farrell. That's correct. Where's he going? Doesn't matter. Maybe he goes to the Raiders for a year.
Ayahuasca retreat.
I think Rodgers is done. He's done. He just passed the age where he could still do it. Father time always wins.
I keep on saying, after you watch Brady, oh, well, everyone can do that. He does it. Everyone can do it. You know what? No one can.
Peyton couldn't either.
No one can. No one can. Just him.
Frank Tarkenton could.
Signs like Rodgers will spread his wings and set sail from the stinky Jets. Grumpy, do you prefer vinyl or cassettes? Always vinyl. Never a cassette guy.
All righty. Freedom Fun Adventure.
You fellas haven't discussed rumors of the Islanders potentially trading Dobson. I am not against it for the right package because he's a massive liability on D. Oh my God, have you been watching any of these other defensemen? TJ, you're going to discuss Nelson before Grumpy's outburst. Were you going to discuss Nelson before Grumpy's outburst?
I don't know. I think it said you were going to. I don't know.
I don't know. He all of a sudden we're pulling down those comments before I'm finished reading them now.
I just looked on to the next one. Chill.
Well, shit, I didn't finish reading the first
You
one.
did. You were stuttering. No,
So pull it down. That's it. Pull it down. Fuck it. Pull it down.
You
Pull
had
it down.
4 attempts. You had 4
matter.
attempts at the same word. You could spit it out. Next.
Oh God. Yeah. Fuck.
Go ahead, TJ.
Um.
Maybe put the comment back up, X.
Oh my God. You know what you sound like? You sound like that lady trying to
Just put the
announce
comment
people's
back
names.
up.
Announce people's names during that graduation.
Comment failure. Just put the comment back
There
up.
you go. Can you read it now? 5, 6, 7 attempts.
TJ, you were going to discuss Nelson before Grumpy's outburst.
Yeah, not trading away Nelson's criminally bad. I just go ahead.
Pull it right off of there again. X, good job.
What else do you need? You just read it.
There's nothing else needed. Go ahead.
Oh,
You're good.
Googler says, since no NFL team has won 3 straight Super Bowls after tonight, does it make the Islanders' 80-83 accomplishment even more impressive? Grumpy, do you ever dress in a manner considered suggestive?
Oh my God. I hope not. Oof. Grumpy, what are you doing?
he's watching the game. He's not paying attention to anything else.
Okay.
Hey,
I was going to let you comment on the first part, TJ. Put the comment back up.
That Grumpy, that is a question both directed towards you. Okay.
Well, I'll let you answer it first.
He wants to watch the game. Don't bother him. Watch the game
in a suggestive manner.
More,
I said, I hope not.
Okay. The first part.
Ahead,
the first part.
Grumpy, I wasn't alive for the Cups. How are you expecting me to tell you?
Okay, fine.
What
Shut up. I'll
do
do it like I'll do everything on the show as usual. Just sit there and
just
look.
stop watching
however
TV.
you want.
Somebody get him a great drink. Stat.
I think
crashing out.
Honestly, I think what the Chiefs have done in the last 5-6 years has been truly remarkable. It's the same thing I said with the Patriots. It is so difficult with the salary cap era, to repeat and do as well as you do. It's really, really tough in the salary cap era. You don't see it. I didn't think they were a great team this year. I thought last year was Mahomes' best year going on the road, first time ever beating Buffalo and Baltimore. I thought that was a tremendous accomplishment for him. I really did. The Islanders are a little bit different. Again, before free agency, all these teams were still together for the majority of those times, and it was they were young and grew into that. So I don't think you'll ever see that in the NHL. It's just too hard nowadays with free agency to just win multiple championships year after year. And do I ever dress in a suggestive manner? I did something today that I thought was pretty cool, Lex. Did you remember when you come over the house?
I literally had to bleach my eyes when I got home.
Oh,
it was grotesque. I will say one thing. You don't hear anybody praising me when I played Madden. I cranked the sliders all the way down to easy and win 5 Super Bowls in a row. That's all I'm going to say. That's how the Chiefs' run has been. So,
well, I just like how. One thing about Little X, this is like the X victory tour here. I know he wishes that the Monroe brothers were here, but I guess we'll wait till next week.
No, they're not going to show their faces.
You don't even next week they won't.
We'll probably stay off here for a while, hoping we forget.
Well, we're not going to forget. What if Manchester City beats?
That'll probably be it. They'll probably come on when something bad happens to Real or something good happens for one of their teams. Then they'll be on and they'll chirp about that comment. I'll give a quick little blow by. I'll say, "Oh, okay. Well, guess what? The Chiefs lost, baby."
Well, there's something I don't know if we're going to play today. I hope we do. Tom Brady explaining why he was so good. That's something that I want the Monroe boys to watch to help intelligent.
Well, maybe we should save it.
Grump, X mentioned something called crashing out. Do you know what crashing out is, X or Grumpy?
Like you crash out, you crash and burn, something like that.
Kind of, yeah. I'd say that's probably accurate. Now, this is probably. Would you equate this to Grumpy's crash out there, X?
Yes.
Touch me. Steve Sarkisian going absolutely freaking ape wild.
What words were coming out of my house?
Out of my mouth? Oh, this is great. That's great. Just a guy that's like, hold on, guys, we got to back up before we can go ahead and run out of the tunnel. We're waiting. And Starkeesian just going absolutely crazy. This is Grumpy crashing out over his Aquafina water, huh? Oh, go ahead there. Let's go through some more of these comments here.
Freedom Fund Adventure says Sun X makes a valid point about Dart. The guy has a very good arm and talent, but if you watch the video of him on the sideline versus the University of Florida, it was a mental meltdown, roller tape TJ.
It was bad.
Okay, but you know what? People forget they're just college kids. Just because you have a bad college game or two doesn't mean that you can't develop into a good pro.
How old is he?
I don't know.
Old enough
21?
to know better.
21?
Probably 27. Probably like Bo Nix age.
Who's not Bo Nix?
29, 30.
45.
Yeah.
I'll get it pulled up here. I'll look at Jackson Dart. Give me a sec here. X. I'll let you.
Jackson Fart. That's right.
Grumpy says Freedom Fund Adventure. You didn't get a show last night, and you will forget to unload on the Islanders next week. Oh, no, I won't, because I sent TJ the video clips of the things that really pissed me off. If there was even a show, let it rip unless you don't have your chops anymore. You cannot guilt me into doing that.
We got Gil Martin on next week. Remember that.
Oh, well, that's okay. He kind of believes what we believe, doesn't he? There you go. I'm going to bury the shit out of the Islanders, that whole fucking loser organization next Saturday. That much I can't tell you. And the media cartel. I'm wearing the media cartel shirt next week. Absolutely, I am. Matter of fact, I got it right now on a hanger, right in the doorway, so I don't forget.
Jesus.
Week away. JP says, your winner and new Super Bowl champion, the Philadelphia Cheesesteaks. I think that's fair. 28-point lead with 14 and a half minutes to go. They'd really have to – if they lose this game, they might as well disband the franchise.
Yeah.
Goon says, I agree, Grumpy. Unload on the Islanders tonight. The darkness will suddenly turn into light. I'll give you a little tidbit. That's what I'll do. Just a little thing. If anyone watched the post-game interviews, watch how the media is complicit in what the Islanders are trying to spin on last night's performance. That's all I have to say, and I can let everyone else do it. It's a fucking loser mentality. Just watch it. Pull up. I'm going to let you all do the homework and look it up and see if you can figure out what it is. Freedom Fund Adventure says, speaking of the Grinch, is X more like the Grinch than any other Christian character? I don't know about that. He and his dog show up and take all the food and the presents. TJ obviously is the bungle for Rudolph.
I think he meant Christmas character instead of Christian character.
Here's the thing. X is very generous. X is not a Grinch at all. Actually, you want to know who's more like the Grinch?
X.
Billy Bumble over there. He could be a little Grinchy-like. Actually, no. Both of them, well, except for this year, were very good at giving gifts. No gift.
Hey, that ain't on me. That ain't on me.
And
I
mentioned to TJ, he hasn't done what he said he was going to do again. So,
that's not on me.
It's not on me either. Go ahead.
I'm still waiting on some of your stuff that I have loaded up. So I'm still waiting.
Freedom Fund Adventure says, how do you guys lose your wallet so often? Strip clubs, pickpockets? No, it's idiocy is what it is.
Thieves.
Pickpocket.
They're stupid.
Lord Swiftiest came in the
imbecile night. Loses their wallet. Sorry.
Lord Swiftiest came in the night and stole my wallet.
Gungu says, do real men apply underarm deodorant in the morning or at night? Does Grumpy run a ship that is tight?
In the morning.
Morning.
So you stay fresh all day.
Yeah. And do I run a tight ship around here? When you were younger, I did. Not now.
Now, Grumpy had I'll let you read this here, Grumpy. Go ahead.
James Farrell says, guys, I just found out that the NFL fired a ref who reffed the Bills in the Chiefs game. He was affiliated with a gambling bet. His name was Client Blackman. Look it up, TJ.
No, I don't think this is real. This was like it was fake.
I got duped on something today.
Well, yeah. Don't worry. We will. Don't worry. We'll pull it up. So Grumpy sent us a few. This is what Grumpy determined he was going to run a few things, and I appreciate his help. He was going to prepare a few things. So I'm going to let Grumpy take this from here. These are a few of the Grumpy provided segments that are coming up. This is Grumpy segments of the day.
Oh, I like that.
GSDs.
This is Zegras taking time. He gets paid by the minute.
Picks up the pace.
He's freaking talented, man.
That was a nice shot.
Talented. He's a guy I'd like to see the Islanders take a run at. if he's cheap.
So we'll play the Brady thing last because Grumpy will be creaming all over himself. Listen to that one. So he sent me, I only included 2 clips from Jameis Winston that Grumpy sent me. He sent me 3, but I'll give you the lowdown. Here it is, Grumpy. This is the other one you sent me about. Here's the other ones from Grumpy's clips. He looks like a Charlie Brown character when he's moving his body.
Isn't he from New Orleans?
He played for the Saints.
He played for New Orleans.
Yeah, so he's very.
I thought he was from New Orleans. Maybe I'm wrong.
Here's the other thing Grumpy sent me. Here you go, Grumpy. I'll let you read it.
And that's right. The NFL had their NFL induction reveal this week, and a lot of Giants fans were upset that Eli Manning did not get in as a first ballot. Now, is Eli Manning really a Hall of Fame quarterback?
Probably
to
not.
me, the answer is no. Okay, what's in the pro column? You have he's won 2 Super Bowls.
He beat Brady,
and he beat Brady twice, including the 18-0 season. He beat him there. But here on the con side is Eli Manning has 0 MVPs, 0 All-Pros, 4 Pro Bowls. 4 Pro Bowls in 16 years. Everybody makes the Pro Bowl. 4. How many guys back out and they bring in, Sammy Schleppnack to be a Pro Bowl quarterback? He only had 4. A 500 career record, never led the league in any stat but interceptions, and has a lower career passing rating than Daniel Jones.
Wow.
And here's the thing. Look at this. Look at the people who are laughing at this. Scroll down so we look at our friend, the Grizzler.
The Grizzler.
Hey, wait,
This kid has fucking
Set it up, dog! Set it up, dog! Shit! Grizzly! Calm down! Breathe!
This kid looks like he needs to be on a
I
ventilator.
think we're witnessing abduction on GeoGuster!
Oh my God.
Someone report this!
So
That kid, he's a walking heart attack. That kid. His parents are not doing him justice, plowing food into his body. It's just not right to make him as fat as possible, to be as funny, to look funny and make people laugh at him. I don't expect that from his parents.
What made this funnier for you, Grumpy? The bad Eli Manning stats or the Rizzler at the bottom? Or
The
AKA,
Rizzler.
you call
honestly,
him the Rizzler?
honestly, it was the Rizzler. The parents should not let that kid be 600 pounds. That's I blame that. I mean, how old is he? He's still a child yet. Oh, here's my boy.
Here's the other one. He says, now again, it says, pulling up to the bar after passing out and getting left for dead at the pregame. Here's another one of these Grumpy clips. Let me see if it's got any sort of music to it. Okay, now listen to that.
That's not the one I sent you.
This is the exact one you sent me. How do you think I got it?
Oh, hello.
Oh my God.
I like Jameis Winston.
I love Jameis Winston. He's not. Honestly,
he's just a guy. I like him.
Oh, hello.
He's a man of the people. I like Jameis.
He is a man of the people.
He again, like nothing turns his frown. Nothing can make him frown. He's just smiling.
He's
again,
just a
like,
nice guy.
He's a nice guy.
And actually, he's the perfect quarterback for the modern day ex-NFL. Because he's all entertainment. He might throw 5 touchdowns and throw 5 interceptions in the whole game, and then go on some epic rant post game. I mean,
I root for him. I root for Jameis.
I do too. Good for him.
This had happened during the game. Taylor Swift was popped up on the Megatron. We'll look at it.
Like I said, he's not as popular as he used to be.
She says, as you see at the end, what's going on? She like
They
doesn't-
hate you.
People are booing her. Yeah. This is the other clip. This is brought up by Grump. Now
Real life, by the way. This is real. This
he
is
prefaced this by saying,
Okay,
"You wouldn't believe it what
what?
he said. He went on. He went
off.
he went off. I said he went off on the general manager. Here's the thing.
off
I
on
know-
Bonnie James.
I know absolutely nothing about any of these NBA players. Nothing. I don't even know this kid's name. I don't know where he's from. And I'm like, and I saw another thing about an unpleasant plane ride back from wherever this guy is and Treblinka or whatever his name, Rob, whatever his name, the GM of the Lakers. I don't know his name. And they showed a kid just looking back at people and they're going on a roller coaster. And I'm like, something must have happened with whoever. I thought actually show you how much I know about the players. It was a black guy in the roller coaster. I thought it was this kid.
Gumpy,
I didn't realize.
let's give some context.
Okay.
There was a trade that happened between the Lakers and the Charlotte Hornets, and the trade wound up getting denied by the league. That's long story short what happened. Now, this gentleman here, who we're about to look at here in this clip, he is the member that was going to get traded to the Hornets as a rookie, and he got sent back, and the trade kind of got nullified. Now, Grumpy sent this, and he said he's going off on his players. He's going off on Bronny James. Oh my gosh, this is absolutely crazy. So let's listen to what Grumpy saw and thought that this was good to send there to the show because it would add a little bit of extra pizzazz. Let's listen.
Looks like I'm back. Let me start off by saying, Rob Pelinka, you a bitch. I can't believe you do me like that. I'm literally a rookie. Now this team plane ride about to be awkward as hell. I had to call Lee GM to cancel the trade. Otherwise, I would have had to get shipped out to Charlotte. So thanks, Bron. If it wasn't for you being the godfather and pulling some strings, I would be a Hornet right now. But on God, someone's going to have to hold me back because if I see that clown, Rob Pelinka, it's about to be on site. Sorry, Bronny, I'm going to be stealing your garbage time buckets for the near future. But Laker Nation, I'm back.
So Grumpy thought that was real.
I had no idea.
AI. Like you could tell based off of him doing the same exact.
Homie just got trucked again. He looks like just crawl up to the sideline, Mahomes.
So let's not let it distract that Grumpy thought this was
sorry.
real.
That was just
And
too
on
beautiful.
top of that, I mean, look at it like this. Oh my gosh. Grumpy said this. He's like, he went off. I could not believe.
And remember what I said? I said he was speaking like all stilted. I didn't know.
No, you
I'm
didn't
like,
say that.
I
Grumpy
did say that.
Grumpy didn't pick up on the fact it was like a loop, and every time, like every 10 seconds, he brought the microphone down, and then he just all of a sudden picked it back up, and he continued.
It restarted.
It restarted the same 10-second loop 3 different times. He wasn't able to pick up how
you
he
realize I watched it once, and I'm like, oh, this guy's going off. I'm just going to send it. I didn't listen to the whole thing.
Maybe you should listen before you send. This is why when you're like,
I sent it to you guys to look at.
I'm going to go ahead and help. I'm going to go ahead and help prepare for the game. I'm going to go ahead and help prepare for the
There's
podcast.
a flag down. What's the flag for? It's against the Eagles, of course.
Breathing on Mahomes.
Up, they're calling it a personal foul because he hit him in the face after it was an interception.
So they still get the ball. That's all that matters. What do you mean hit him in the face?
Him in a face mask after.
Oh, well, all of a sudden they're calling those now?
No, I don't think they got the ball back. They just tacked on 15 more yards. It was already a fumble. So
how is that
the thing that Grumpy sends me to get us ready for the show, to help us prepare?
Look at the Chiefs have already packed up all the gear on the sideline. They're not even showing them highlights. Go ahead, look at this.
All right. Remember, we are running on a tight schedule there, Grumpy. So let's see if we can try to stay focused instead
Go
of
ahead. Come on, get to it.
Something that I know you also wanted to talk about.
I didn't want to talk about this.
You didn't want to talk about this?
That's
what do you
it.
want to talk
5
about?
years in prison for stealing $17 million.
That's it?
I'm gonna steal $17 million then, I guess. It's only 5-year sentence.
Yeah, I don't think you do well in prison. Okay, can I just say that?
How do you think you do on Paris Island?
I don't. It doesn't matter. I know we do worse in prison.
Yeah, nearly 5 years. So not even a full 5 years. $17 million.
With good behavior, it'll be halftime, 2.5.
Stealing $17 million from Shohei Ohtani to repay gambling debts. Yeah. Okay.
Do you think that they paid his family?
Now this is
Take
another
the fall?
one here. Well, no, I think he absolutely is taking the fall. He's the fall guy for certain. And he understands. Now, I think he's going to be well connected and well set up there in prison. This Pat Hogberg was fired for sharing his betting account with a friend who bet on MLB games, and for deleting messages related to the MLB's investigation. There's no evidence Hogberg himself betted on games or swayed any that umpired in.
Sure.
Now, again, from what I've seen, I don't watch enough baseball to know this specific umpire. People are kind of like, this is one of the good umpires, man, this sucks, type of thing. So,
Okay,
I don't know.
you know he was gambling. You know he was.
Go to the robots.
But what happens? What happens when gambling it proliferates society and every single sport? You're going to see more and more of this.
I agree.
And it's how long can they cover it up? That's the key. How long can they cover it up?
Yep.
TJ, I don't know. Did I send you? I think I sent you the clip of the Chiefs warming up before the game. Are you going to show that one?
I did not include that one.
We
So-
already
It was
saw
the
it was the refs.
It was the ref stretching.
Well,
Okay.
it doesn't have the same impact today because
Pulling-
it's
practice pulling flags out.
Okay, let's listen to Tom Brady, your favorite grump.
My last Super Bowl I was a part of, I was 2 weeks of watching film. Friday night, I was just going through the film. I knew Kansas City's defense better than they knew themselves. I knew their body movements, the way their linebackers moved, the way their safeties moved. Tyrann Mathieu, Nick Sorensen, Shavarius Ward. I knew everything they were doing. I got out there on the field. I looked up as I was walking the line of scrimmage, I said, okay, they're blitzing. And then I was dealing with it right away. I walked up, I said, okay, they're going to bail to cover 2. Ball snap, cover 2. And I knew I had the answers to the test. That's where I was great. That's where my magic superpower was. It wasn't how fast I could run. It was how fast I could diagnose what they were doing. What's the special quality? What's the internet speed of me as a quarterback? Fast as I was Starlink before Starlink. You know, now other guys, if it's a slow processing speed, well, he's going to get you. And the reality is I could figure out what they were doing before they did it because that's how I learned to play the game. And that's how I believe most quarterbacks should play the game. Unfortunately, as we've talked about, most quarterbacks aren't playing the game like that anymore. They're fast when they get out of the pocket, when they have to make decisions. But I didn't snap the ball unless I knew what they were doing. And if my guys were going to be open, the one benefit you have as a quarterback, before you snap the ball, you know where everybody on your team is running. If you have 5 eligibles out in the route, I know where all 5 are going. If I look at the defense and I say, none of my guys are going to be open based on this coverage. We didn't design the play for this coverage. I don't need to snap the ball. I can run something different. I can check to a run. I can check to a screen. I can signal the receiver and change a route. And then I would just change the route to a route that I thought would be open. I'd catch the ball, I'd throw it, and it'd be a 15-yard gain. Everyone would be like, it looks so easy. And I'm like, well, yeah, it's easy because you're not paying attention to the right thing.
Right.
What's going on in here is what my superpower was. That was Peyton Manning's superpower. That was Drew Brees' superpower. Those were the guys that I tried to be like. That's what we did a great job of. So that part of the game is what I am really fascinated by. And when I see players play like that, those are the guys that I think have the most upside.
Yeah, and he's not wrong about that. I will say.
Is he not 100% right on that?
As I just said, he's definitely not wrong on that. I think he's right. And I say this too, as quarterbacks rely more upon their athletic ability to go ahead and bail them out.
How many fucking false starts can you have on field goals? Another one. 3. Three today.
You ask me to answer your question
I'm
and
sorry.
get interrupted. Can you please remember we're running on a time frame, Grump? I don't think
I heard you.
remember
Just
it.
go.
Anyway, getting back to it, I think he's right. And the other thing I think too is quarterbacks are just so athletic and they have the ability to scramble around without any sort of issue or reprieve. So it's just great. I can go ahead and get away with that, and that's all I'm going to do. I don't have to worry about being as astute to what's happening pre-snap and being able to be gotcha. I need to call this audible based off the way they're looking. I need to be paying attention to this cue and that cue. They're just like, great. When I get there, we're going to kind of know what the plan is for the play, and then we're going to go ahead, and if we need to improvise, I can do that. There is not a lot of that preparation ahead of time. And, it takes real stewards of the game to do that. So,
And that's the difference between being the greatest quarterback of all time and these guys today. Not saying they're not talented, but the offense has changed. It's more about athletic ability outside the pocket. But give me a guy who has a brain and can figure things out. I'm going to take that guy 99 times out of 100.
Yeah.
JP says, interestingly, the February 8th post-game interviews are nowhere to be found on the NHL nor the New York Islanders website. Well, lucky for us, we have them.
do you have that still recorded on your TV, Grumpy?
I do not have it on the TV. I just have it on the phone that I sent to you.
Okay. Fair enough, Grumpy. I wasn't sure in case there was some issues or in case I needed a little better quality. We can do that.
I saved them up. I did not delete them off my phone. They're all ready to go again if I have to.
Okay.
Why'd they delete the videos? The interviews?
Because I ripped the shit out of them. That's why. They don't like it.
You go, Grumpy.
The Rizzler, oh my God, look at how fat his face is. His face can't even fit in that little circle. The Rizzler says, Kendrick Lamar, I guess he's the halftime clown, says,
He's a rapper. Kendrick Lamar is a rapper. Is
Riz approved.
Kamar.
What are those
Kamar.
two? What are those? Are those exclamations or little baseball bats?
exclamation points.
Oh my God.
That's the exclamation point. And this is the Rizzler doing his little Riz face.
Grumpy, who is Kamar?
Oh boy, Rizzles. No, that kid. I feel bad for that kid because that's going to haunt him when he gets old.
No, he's not. He's loved.
He's
Everybody loves
making tons of money off of it right now. I think
He's loved now
loved.
because he's a child. That's why he's loved.
He's loved. He's loved. Let's wrap things up, ladies and gents.
And
Grumpy,
we want to save that Brady thing because for Alex and Derek Monroe, it has to be
okay,
saved.
we're not going to do that. But Grumpy, what do you want to say before we wrap up the show today?
I say we need to save that Brady clip for Alex and Derek Monroe.
All righty.
The show.
What do you want to say before we wrap things up today?
I just want to thank everybody for coming out and listening and interacting in the comments.
And
Screw the
what else?
Bumble and Lord
Anything else?
Swifthius.
Should we save anything for Alex and Derek Monroe?
We should say that for Alex and Derek.
There we go.
And we will see you guys next time.
And love and laughter to everyone who listens, and even those who don't, and particularly Alex and Derek Monroe and Patrick Mahomes' #1 fans.
Well, thanks so much, everybody, for listening to the show. Thanks for watching. A little over an hour in. Plenty to talk about. Fun time watching, the game. I enjoyed it. I was happy to see the Chiefs finally lose. If you're not a Chiefs fan, anytime the team continues to win and win and win, it's just natural that you root against them because you're sick and tired of seeing them win. Go ahead, Grump.
Can you please put up the last comment from Freedom Fun Adventure? He's right. I'm wrong. Grumpy, the Riz kid ain't getting old. That's true. I agree.
Gosh.
I agree.
Will anybody watch the next 2 weeks of hockey? Is the sturdiest underpants brand Jockey? I got Jockey. They're pretty good. Will they watch the
Aren't
hockey?
they doing the winter face-off thing coming up or something? Like the Frozen 4 or something?
Yeah, it's the Four Nations face-off.
Yeah.
Close enough, X.
Close.
They only have 4 guys going into the Hall of Fame this year.
For NFL.
Yep. No Adam Vinatieri. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. He's a kicker. He's a kicker. There's only 3 kickers in the freaking Hall of Fame. You should not get in first time. Sorry. You're a kicker.
Who are the NFL Hall of Fame candidates?
Jared Allen, Shannon Sharp, or Sterling Sharp.
Ugh.
He was good before he got hurt.
Luke Kuechly?
No. Shit, they just had him up.
Luke Kuechly will make the Hall of Fame.
He doesn't deserve it. That's for certain.
Who, Luke Kuechly?
Eric Allen, and Antonio Gates.
Antonio Gates deserves it.
They were all really good. They were all really good.
These are the players who are eligible, Grump, if you listen to me. Kuechly.
Jahari Evans was a really good guard.
Jahari Evans, please.
Luke Kuechly didn't make it.
The fact that Corey Holt's still not in the Hall of Fame always spoke to me.
Terrell Suggs was really freaking good.
So was Luke Kuechly.
Yeah. Jared Allen's good.
Kuechly's career was pretty short, 7 years.
The fact that like Reggie Wayne.
Okay, did Bo Jackson make it into the Hall of Fame?
No, Bo Jackson's not in the Hall of Fame.
I thought he was.
There's a lot of good players on the list. You know which one of these doesn't look like the other? Freaking Eli Manning.
Fred Taylor.
Marshall Yonda was really good.
Yeah, sorry, you don't get in as like an interior guard.
Reggie Wayne was good.
I'm sorry. No shot. A lot of the guys, no shots. A lot of these guys have no shot. Yeah, no chance for Eli. But thank you so much, everybody, for listening to the show. Thank you, Grumpy. Thank you, X. We'll see you guys Sunday. We'll see you X time.
Next time.
Let's go, Eagles. Fly, Eagles, fly. Anyway.
Go Birds.
God, that little kid, that Go Birds kid is going to drive me nuts. So
Go Rizzles.
Well, it's a different kid. The Go Birds.
Rizzler's part of the Chiefs Kingdom, Grump.
He's part of Chiefs Kingdom?
Yes.
Not anymore. He's probably rooting for the Eagles now.
Well, he's a wagon, so
Well,
he probably is for the Eagles now.
Kelsey's starting to catch a lot of passes now, down 34 points.
There it is.
Yep.
Oh, man. All righty. Thanks so much, guys, for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Thanks, Grumpy and X.
My pleasure.